trust your crypto assets to centralized exchanges that actively sell your private information and front-run your trades? Would you like to buy and sell your assets without any middlemen, intermediaries, or robots? Do you like paying slippage, fees, and having the price go up as bots steal from you on low-liquidity decentralized exchanges? The solution is rejuve.ai. Set your guaranteed buy or sell price. No middlemen, no slippage, no bots, ever. Buy or sell 1, 10, or even 10 million tokens, and you never have to worry. OTC trades are between you and the seller or buyer, guaranteed by audited smart contracts and no human middlemen. Nodemarket.io.
Oh boy.
Brandon!
Hey!
Well,
Dude,
if you were looking for the video yesterday, you probably didn't find it, did you?
Here's the thing. I looked pretty quick too, and it was gone. It was gone.
Gone.
Gone to see
I
another
probably
day.
got more F-bombs per second than any other video I've ever done.
Oh geez. Okay, so I didn't tune in for the first. I tuned in probably like 20 minutes into the video, and I felt like it was fine. So this must have happened before.
The first 20, yeah. If you missed the first 20, you're fine. If you caught the first 20, you might as well have just carved out a doorway to hell at your house, because that's where you're going. So I thought, you know what's a good? The last part of the video is good. The first part is so bad, we got to nuke it. And there was another thing I wanted to talk about yesterday, which I'm going to talk about today.
Awesome.
Which is ZK Snarks. But there's a lot of kind of crazy news going on. Do you want to knock out any housekeeping?
Yeah, well, Nick and I were just talking right before the stream. It's amazing, and you guys are all here for this, right? So it's amazing how much stuff happens each day that could potentially like change the whole landscape of really the future of the world, actually. But like, I feel like we're on the precipice of all this stuff. But a couple of things that I did want to talk about. A couple of people are struggling with the dataless wallet. We have, and I think Nick mentioned this yesterday on the show, but the best way, if you guys want to bypass dataless wallet,
just leave it. Leave dataless.
Just give it the old Nick Bird, okay? And then use the Yoroi extension. So download. This is the Yoroi. They use the same exact infrastructure, the same. It's the EIP 364 or whatever that the dataless wallet uses. And you can download this extension. So you'll go to this website, you'll download this extension on Chrome or whatever it is. And then when you get to the point where it says create a new wallet, restore wallet, you're going to restore the wallet. Okay. And then in that, you'll enter your dataless seed phrase, the 24 words, and click next. And then your dataless will be loaded onto Yoroi. Actually, it's basically recovering your dataless keys and Yoroi. And since everything's on the blockchain and the keys are just accessing the blockchain, kind of like we talked about, then anyway, so you'll see it through Yoroi. Even your staking pools and stuff will all show up. It'll look probably a little bit different, but if you ever do anything on any staking pools, it'll show up in Yoroi as well, and you'll be good to go.
I did the same thing yesterday. I gave up on dataless. I'm done. I ran that sorry piece of shit for days and days and days, and every time it gets to like 93%, it just shuts the computer off.
Oh my gosh.
And so I even went into Activity Monitor, shut down everything that was non-essential other than dataless. And it was taking like 500% of my CPU. And I was like, I'm done. I'm done. So
that's crazy.
I have a Lace wallet. I updated to the newest Lace wallet. I just imported the seed phrase. Done. I also, because I hadn't been able to log in so long, the stake pools I was in had deteriorated to complete trash. So I was getting like trash rewards. So I updated all the pools. You can do that from Lace Wallet. You can. I just go by saturation, and I go into the pools that are between 95 and 100% saturation. Then I look at how much they've allocated to the pool. Like, do they believe in their own pool? What are the fees? And that's how I make my decision. And so I think I picked North Pool, which is Nordic. They have 2 pools that I chose, and then there was another one. I'd have to see what the other one was, but anyway, they're top 20 pools. I just try to stay in the top 20 pools.
That's what I do with all of my validators, even over on Fetch and stuff. I usually try to stay within the top 20 because why?
Do you switch pools with Fetch? I haven't
Not
either.
typically, but I have split them. So like I will allocate about 25% to each pool just in case one of them goes down. So I don't do it all to one pool either. So
I've been in the same pool forever.
I don't think it's a big deal. Come on. Like, and if you are bent out of shape that I was talking negatively about Cardano. So a lot of people have asked us this too. Like, so for example, let's just say I talk about Ethereum and I love Ethereum, right? Every single day, something changes my mind a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's for the good, maybe it's for the bad. But we're going to update our opinions on things based on the news as we receive them, which is why we do a daily show and why we don't do like a show once a year and then that's good for millennium, right? So I know you may be joking, Ada Lovelace or whatever, but that also kind of like contributes to a lot of what we do here on the show. We're always evolving in the space. And if some news comes out saying the Ethereum blockchain got hacked, we're going to mention it and be like, oh, Ethereum sucks, like, or whatever it is,
Well, and to be fair, Cardano has failed. And a measure of failure is if your intention is that the whole world or some big portion of the world uses your ecosystem to make life better, they have failed. Their wallet is not good. Their user experience is not good. Their branding and their matriculation into society is non-existent. It's a bunch of people inside Cardano. It's the exact same thing as XRP. It's the same thing. It's a little bitty culture of a few people that fucking spin around in a circle and glad hand and back rub each other and circle jerk each other and tell everybody how good they are, and no one else cares. And so you would think at some point they would look back on themselves and go, oh, maybe we need to make some changes. We have this really cool product. Look at Algorand. Really cool product that no one cares about because nobody knows, because they don't talk to anybody, because they're a bunch of arrogant douchebags. So guess what? Zero. They are a zero. Cardano, unfortunately, is a zero. And so what's the answer? We're going to be completely decentralized and let the people vote on everything. That's what the Middle East is, man. Yeah, that works out real good, doesn't it? When you just let everyone, like, okay, go ahead, you guys. You guys just solve it yourselves. You 16 people, if I can figure out governance. It doesn't work because everybody is not fit for governance. Everybody's not fit to be a firefighter or a police officer. We're not all the same. We're not built the same. So it is a fail. They have failed. Now, it doesn't mean they can't turn it around, but it's unlikely because it looks like Charles and IOG are actually backing out and saying, okay, we're turning it over to the public. Ready, go. What do you think? What was the city? We talked about this a few weeks ago. What was the city where they decided they were going to get rid of the firefighters, the police, and all that? We're going to have our own city, but we don't need these entities.
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of the city.
That shit was on fire in 4 hours. It burned for weeks.
Yep.
The whole fucking thing burned down. So it just doesn't work. This idea that one person, one vote, we all have equal representation. That only works if everybody is of equal IQ and equal means and equal finances. Anything around that, not good. Anyway, let's move on past that. Cardano's
this is good. Yeah, we're talking about Ton in a second, but Fetch, the bridge itself. So so this bridge is down. It's broken. Like something's wrong with it, right? So don't use this.
There's a surprise.
There's a surprise. Anyway, so the only way to get your native Fetch is to send it to Kraken. If you don't have a Kraken account, is that
people trying to exit from the native?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to exit to Kraken and sell on Kraken.
Yeah, so if you don't have a Kraken account, this is the only way, as far as I know. So like, I'm gonna look for another bridge and see if I can't find something
Oh,
that
I
works for
wonder. I
everybody.
wonder about Bitrue.
I think there's also a bridge in the Fetch wallet that I got to go check out later. So I'll go check that out and see if it works, and we'll see if we can make that
You know what?
happen.
I'm checking Bitrue as we speak to see
Okay.
if you can withdraw Fetch on which network.
Oh,
It
yeah.
only has the ERC20. Okay.
Yeah, dang. Okay, well, I'll check out a solution. I'll get back to you guys a little bit later. We'll figure this out because we want to have solutions. We want to have multiple off exits anyway, until they fix this, of course. And then obviously the rest of the stuff that I have is all the stuff going on in the market. There's a lot of stuff going on in the market, but I think Nick's going to hit on a lot of that stuff anyway.
Yeah,
so.
I think we're gonna because we did some Q&A yesterday. We probably should have done more, but I was so pissed at my cat for taking a dump right in front of me on the couch, just like looking at me and then taking a dump on a leather couch. So that consumed my morning. So we will do some Q&A today. We'll look at markets. I'm going to talk about ZK Snarks, and we'll briefly cover news stuff. I'll give Brandon the day off.
That sounds fair. That sounds fair.
I'll give Brandon.
That's so nice of you. That sounds nice. So much stuff happening. Anyway,
Yeah,
well, sweet.
Piece of crap. All right. So without further ado, the only thing I was going to talk about kind of out front, yeah, man, it sucks to be one of the Durov brothers because they're both under indictment now. I think that Pavel, although this is a pure example of the two Russian rule, isn't it?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, it is an example of the two Russian rule, but you got to tell them the whole story too now, what's happening with the UAE, if they haven't heard it.
God, so the UAE thinking this is all politically motivated, and I'm not going to weigh in on if I think what they did is right or wrong, because there are some legitimately bad allegations. Like, I mean, bad as in quite serious. So maybe they make all these claims and then they drop all these claims, or they make all these claims and Pavel and his brother Nikolai, who are both one's arrested and they're looking for Nikolai. He's got an arrest warrant. Maybe they're like, look, man, we're the CEOs. We don't have any control over this crap. But the argument is, yes, but the French government went to you on a particular child endangerment case, and they did not cooperate. And I get it. It's a slippery slope, and it's easy for Elon Musk and all these guys to sit back and be like, oh, this is bull crap. But look, man, if I had a kid and some crap was going on and the cops were like, look, we can find the guy, we just need to get Telegram to help us out, I would be pretty pissed. I would go and find Pavel and pull his fucking fingernails out. So I could see both sides. We can't really kind of say anything until we see actual like court proceedings and evidence and all this. But I do see both sides. However, the government, the UAE was like, okay, cool. Well, because we think this is politically motivated, we're canceling a $10 billion deal. Ouch. To which the French government is like,
uh-oh.
Mon cœur. Like, sacré bleu, eh? So that's got to be tough. So Pavel went to court this morning in Paris. Well, this morning Paris time, which would have been 6-7 hours ago. But and he just drove out. Nothing's been heard from the girl that was arrested. Well, we don't know if she was arrested with all this, but looks like she was. She's been silent, no posts, no nothing, may or may not even exist. We don't know. And now the brothers wanted on the same charges. I don't know. This thing just keeps getting,
I don't know. We'll find out someday. I'm not going to stress about it. We'll find out what the truth is. I'm just not going to buy Ton, and I'm not going to buy Tron. Those are my two rules this year.
Oh, no,
No Tron.
Yeah, nothing with a T in it, really. Nothing with a T to start it. If there's a T and if there's a T and an O and an N in it, I don't even want to talk to Tone Vase. Remember that douchebag?
Yeah.
This guy, this piece of shit. He was the guy.
I got to bounce, actually.
You know what? Burn out of here while I
Sorry.
shit Tone Vase.
See ya.
Tone Vase was this douchebag who would. He was a former JP Morgan guy, a VP, whatever, which is nothing. It means some guy that works at a bank that has a stupid ass jacket. And he was always, every time, he was an early Bitcoiner, but I guess he had sold a bunch and got left behind. And so when Bitcoin was around 60,000, he was like, I'm going to buy it back at 4,000. What? Yeah, Bitcoin's going to 4,000. Anyway, he used to talk, and he had all these idiots that listened to him. And I'm sure he still has idiots that listen to him, but no one quotes him anymore because he's just an idiot. So, yeah. Ah, croissant, c'est très bien, hein? J'aime le croissant. So, yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, so let me put my little thing back up there, my little banner. This is just like basic news. We are going to talk about ZK Snarks here in a bit. We'll talk about that behind the wall. And then we'll go to markets and do a little bit more kind of specific near-term portfolio planning. The SEC tendered a Wells notice to the OTC. I don't know if you guys saw that. And just so you guys know what a Wells notice is, right? But the non-fungible trading platform OpenSea received a Wells notice. A Wells notice is what comes before a lawsuit. So this is the way the SEC works. OpenSea, which is an NFT trading platform, I think everybody here has probably used it. Let me do something real quick. Let me make sure the comments are. For some reason, the comments weren't streaming. Okay, streaming, whatever. So they received a Wells notice from the U.S. SEC. This is the latest in a series of related crackdowns on entities within the digital currency ecosystem. Notably, it doesn't completely signify the commencement of a lawsuit. However, 100% of the time it has. Let me say that again. Getting a Wells notice doesn't mean you will definitely get sued, but 100% of the time when you get a Wells notice, you get sued. So, yeah. According to the insights shared by David Finzer, the markets regulator said it believes the digital collectibles traded on the platform are securities. It's worth noting that a couple of other crypto firms, including Robinhood, Kraken, Coinsensus, Uniswap, and Coinbase, have equally been caught in such crosshairs with the regulator in the past. In Uniswap's case, the SEC had launched a probe into its operations long before it issued even issued the Wells notice. Though the actual nature of the investigation was not known at the time, it was suspected a violation of security laws, like was the case with the lawsuit against Coinbase and Binance. Therefore, and in Binance's case, theirs is two-part because their asset is a security. Their asset is a security. BNB token is a security, 100%. There is a utility use, but it's a security token. They burn tokens on a regular basis to goose the price. It's always been a security, like always. Anyway, the Wells notice probably was not a surprise to OpenSea. The claims came as a shock. I don't know if OpenSea. I don't know that. I think OpenSea probably thought this was coming 2 years ago, like around 2022, after the nonsense of 2020 and 2021, the NFT craziness. So, I mean, my guess is they expected this a long time ago, and they were like, "Wow, we got a couple extra years." The idea that the SEC will make a move against artists and creators, a little weird. That would get kind of weird, but it's probable that this is because there were so many scammy NFT pump and dumps, the same way that we're out in the meme coin pump and dumps, which are starting to die now. But anyway, the exchange has committed to standing its ground against the regulator as it believes its products are not securities. Well, of course they're going to say that. And so we'll see. Does the NFT sector stand a chance at revival? Who knows? These guys contend That OpenSea thinks, or the CEO of OpenSea thinks the SEC is venturing into uncharted territory and suggests an attack on the digital collectibles ecosystem would significantly stifle innovation on an even broader scale. I don't think it would stifle anything. Most of the NFT space is bullshit. Most of it is pump and dump scams, as is the meme coin market. I mean, you know, where do you go to launch a meme coin? Pump.fun. Yeah, no shit. Like it's clear, it's in the name that it's a pump and dump. So anyway, unfortunately, a lot of the kind of smaller participants in the NFT space, especially like artists and stuff, probably don't have resources to defend themselves. So this would be interesting. I guess they'll have to draw some lines over where an NFT becomes an asset. I mean, if you are arguing art and things like that, I think you have a good argument. I think if you're just creating spammy crap, and then the other thing is like, what's art to one person, what's art to another person? Certainly, they don't say that, art is a security. It's an asset, but not a security. So it's very interesting to see how I think they would get lost. I don't think any court would rule that all NFTs are securities, because that's pretty stupid. But there are certainly scenarios where an NFT launch looks a lot like an unlicensed security offering, right? Especially when it's just a pump, grab some cash, and then they disappear. So there's that. All right, let's go ahead and shoot behind the wall, and then we will continue from there. All right. So let me do some button pushing. Let me be a button pusher, and we should be good to go. Hold on. Let me do that button. Let me do that button. Let me do that button.
Going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro. Join us now.